Gopherus polyphemus, the gopher tortoise. This is the only species of tortoise that resides east of the Mississippi River, and one of only 4 species in the United States. Their dome-shaped bodies and grayish-brown exterior lend themselves to a life spent mostly underground, in burrows documented to reach 40 feet long and up to 10 feet deep. These burrows are deceivingly instrumental to the ecosystem in which these animals reside, providing shelter for a myriad of other species. Their position as property developers for so many other commensal organisms has earned them the distinction of keystone species in their habitats, meaning that without their efforts, the ecosystem would surely collapse. Hi, I'm Cassandra Picard, a senior at Flagler College and a coastal environmental science major.
Hi, my name's Erin Buell. I'm a senior at Flagler College. I'm a major in criminology with a minor in environmental science and psychology.
Hi, my name is Avery Cogley. I'm a coastal environmental science major, and I'm a senior here at Flagler College.
And I'm Shane Smith, a senior at Flagler College and a coastal environmental science major. Earlier this summer, I made the observation that gopher tortoises at the GTM National Estuarine Research Reserve's North Beach dunes seem to be regularly covered with ticks. I began to wonder about quantifying the external parasite loads these populations might carry. Eventually, I came to the hypothesis that gopher tortoises at the North Beach would carry more ticks than their kin at the more inland sites. To test this, we visited both the North Beach site, which we came to call the dunes, and the GTM NERS upland population at the trailhead. This site we came to call the peninsula.
North Beach is a beautiful natural beach with some of the highest dunes in the state. This beach is home to a dense population of gopher tortoises, along with many other native plants, animals, and insects. This site is influenced by high-energy wind and wave action, though the gopher tortoises build their burrows just out of the water's reach. The burrows extend almost all the way up the dunes, but are more densely dispersed near the bottom. The apron of the burrow is the mound of sand that accumulates at the mouth of the burrow when the gopher tortoise kicks it out, and provides clues to the type of sediment that were burrowed into. The burrows at the dunes have an apron that is all fine quartz sand. Meanwhile, the peninsula site is home to a brave population of gopher tortoises that dig their burrows alongside the trails and the roads. These burrows are not subject to the heavy wave and wind energy that those in the dunes endure. The sediment type is also quite different, with aprons revealing the coarse sand and shell hash that these burrows consist of. Let's now discuss how we collect our data.
Capturing tortoises is tricky business, and definitely the hardest part of data collection. They're faster than they look.
So what we have here is a newly captured gopher tortoise. The first thing we do when we get a new specimen like this is we check it with a pit tag reader. So what we do is we put a reading and we check the back, which is where we put tags, and no tag found. So this is a new capture.
After we determine whether the captured tortoise had been pit tagged, we begin to take morphometric measurements. We measure straight carapace length, which refers to the length of the shell from the base of the neck to just above the vent, shell depth, which refers to the height of the tortoise shell width, which is the trickiest measurement to take due to the tortoise's legs often interfering, and plastron length, which refers to the underside of the shell or the belly of the tortoise. Then, we take the mass of the tortoise, which is done by placing them gently on their backs on the level scale.
755. Good job.
The tortoise is checked for ticks, and if any are found, then they are carefully removed with tweezers and preserved in 70% ethanol solution. The areas the ticks are pulled from is sterilized with alcohol prior to the tick removal and then treated with betadine afterwards.
Great.
What we have here is Amblyoma tuberculatum, also known as the gopher tortoise tick. These are all specimens that we pulled off of gopher tortoises out in the field. Once we do pull these off the gopher tortoises, we treat the tortoises with betadine and alcohol to make sure that that wound is sterile. If you want to take a closer look at them under the dissecting scope, you can see these guys actually have a really neat coloration that's kind of iridescent under the light. This is the largest tick species in North America. They can get huge. Their primary hosts are the gopher tortoise, and their range extends all the way from South Carolina down to Mississippi, and of course all throughout Florida as well. We flip this over so you can get a look at its underside. Pretty freaky looking.